You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. Rachel, wait. Are you sure about this?
For God's sake, not this again.
I'm just trying to look out for you.
Well, stop. We have talked about this. I'm fine.
Rachel,
You are making this a way bigger deal than it is.
you're not making this a big enough deal.
For God's sake, Adrian, she is just a teenage girl. You're acting like I'm about to go meet my maker.
Well, that teenage girl is one of the reasons Allie almost met hers. I'm sorry. It's just, no matter how much you act like this doesn't bother you, I know it does. Everyone has their breaking point, and I don't want to see you meet yours.
You have to listen to me. I'm fine. And this situation has nothing to do with Allie. And the one thing I will promise you right now is that if I ever do meet my breaking point, it won't be because of a piece of trash. Now let's just go.
It's Vanessa, right?
That's right.
Well, Vanessa, I'm Detective Ross, and this is Detective Turner. We're sorry to call you in here like this. Did you have to work today?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. I've got a few minutes to spare before my shift starts. But like I told the cop before,
This isn't about that. We actually wanted to talk to you about 3 girls you go to school with. Lacey Watford, Maggie Smith, and Sherry Richards. You know them, right?
yeah, of course, we've went to school together since we were kids.
So, would I be right to assume that you guys are friends?
No, I wouldn't call us friends. At least not anymore.
Why?
It's complicated.
Walk us through it. I bet we could keep up.
Honestly, I don't know. It was always hard to tell where I stood with them.
What do you mean?
Well, it was like we're in an on again, off again relationship. One second we were friends, then the next they wouldn't speak to me. Then before I knew it, they were back talking to me again, acting like nothing happened.
Well, here, you seem pretty close.
Like I said, it was hot and cold with them. This was taken on a good week.
Are you guys still friends on and off?
No, I finally put an end to that. I just felt it was best that I move on. It was draining, honestly.
What is your relationship like with them now?
We don't really have one anymore. I mean, I see them at school, but that's pretty much it.
So is that normal for them?
Is what normal?
Well, like you said, you had a pretty unhealthy on and off again relationship, right? So did they have a lot of those on and off again unhealthy friendships?
Yeah. Anyone who becomes friends with them never seems to last for long.
Did you notice any unusual behavior from them lately? Anything that you might have heard at school? Or are they hanging out with someone new?
No, I haven't noticed anything, but to be honest, I haven't really been looking either. We aren't friends anymore, so they're not really on my radar.
Well, you might have already heard, but they haven't been seen in a few days.
Well, yeah, but it's spring break. I figured they just left town for a couple days and didn't tell their parents or something.
We're starting to have a reason to believe that something may have happened to them.
What?
No one's been able to make any contact with them in days. They've had no cell phone or social media activity either, which for them is pretty odd.
This is why we need to know any little detail you can give us, anything that you might have heard.
When's the last time you saw them?
It was the first day of spring break. I was working in the ticket booth again, and they came to see the new Batman movie. We didn't really talk much. They just bought their tickets and talked to each other while waiting.
And you didn't overhear anything.
All I heard was them gushing over Robert Pattinson. That's it.
Detective Frost? Yeah. Got it. I need to talk to you real quick.
Yeah.
We'll just be a sec.
What is it?
They found the car.
Where?
The Pirate's Bluff.
You're kidding.
Nope. So, now this is starting to look more like a cliff diving incident gone wrong than anything else.
Well, guess it's true what they say. What goes around comes around.
Rachel.
Oh, come on. This is poetic justice at its finest.
Stop it.
What? God, I can't not allowed to think this is sort of funny.
No! Preferably not. Listen to me. Those girls might be villains to you, but they aren't villains to everyone.
Adrian, listen to me. They practically tried to kill my little sister. I almost lost Allie again because of them, and I barely got her back the first time. So if you're expecting me to apologize for the joy I feel in knowing that those spawns of Satan jumped to their deaths, you're in for a world of disappointment.
Rachel,
My job was to help find them, not care about them.
I know that, but the last thing you need is for the wrong person to hear how happy you are that they're dead. It's the captain.
Better take that. Remember what happened last time. I can finish up here.
Wait for me. I'll be right back.
You're Allie Turner's sister. Rachel, right?
That's right.
How is Allie? I mean, I haven't seen her in months.
She's fine.
Good. You know, I think about her a lot actually. After everything she's been through, most people wouldn't have been able to survive.
Allie isn't most people.
No, she isn't. Did they ever find that guy who,
Not that I know of.
how could someone get away with doing something so disgusting?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, karma has a way of coming back around, don't you think?
I like to think so. Well, listen, if you remember anything else, just let us know, because I think we've got everything we need for now.
I actually did remember something. When you and Detective Frost stepped out. I think I overheard the girls say something about going to Pirate's Bluff before they head out of town.
Is that it?
I think so.
All right, well, if you remember anything else, you know where to find us.
You know, this picture was taken while Allie was in the hospital. The first time.
Lucky you.
That's what I thought too at the time. Allie was the furthest thing from my mind that day. All I could think about was how I was finally in. It never even occurred to me that these 3 girls could care less where Allie was. But now, looking at this, I can see it all so clearly.
See what?
That I was Allie's replacement.
Is that so? You know what I think it is, Vanessa?
What?
I think that you have a lot of nerve comparing yourself to my sister because you're nothing compared to Allie. I mean, honestly, if anything, you might be the cheap knockoff version of her. But no, what I really think is that you feel guilty. And that's why Allie's been on your mind.
Why would I feel guilty?
Because despite being a disgusting, heartless, evil monster, deep inside of you, you've got this tiny little conscience. And it's causing you to feel guilty. Even if it's only a little bit.
Interesting theory you've got there, Rachel. Really, you really had me on the edge of my seat. But despite what you think, last time I checked, I wasn't the one who almost beat Allie to death. That was her missing elusive boyfriend, right? And I certainly wasn't the one who slit her wrist for her either.
No, you didn't, did you? But you encouraged her to. I mean, honestly, you practically begged her to, really.
What is it with people not wanting to take any personal responsibility anymore? I mean, I can tell you to do something all day until my face turns blue, but if you decide to do it, then that's on you. And only you.
What did you think was going to happen, Vanessa? You all tormented her, knowing what she was going through. You knew what people in town were already saying. But no, you decided to fan the flames to a fire that was already out of control. You targeted her daily. You isolated her. You went out of your way to make sure that she felt like she had nothing left.
Don't misunderstand me, Rachel. I do feel for Allie. I just don't feel guilty. You know what? I think you'd be surprised how similar Allie and I are. That's probably why they chose me as her replacement. You see, the first time Allie left, I was their new friend. They transformed me to fit her spot exactly. The second time she left, they did the exact same thing. But this time, I was their punching bag. So when I tell you, I know how lost and alone Allie felt. I mean it. But despite our similarities, Allie and I do have one very big difference. Unlike Allie, I can take out the trash myself. I don't need someone to do it for me. You and I are similar in that way. We can take the trash out ourselves.
What are you talking about?
Have you ever been to Sparrow's Ravine before? Well, anyway, you would be surprised how many people dump their trash down there. It's horrible, really. My parents have always been really environmentally cautious, so we've been going down there for as long as I can remember, just to pick up other people's garbage. I find myself going there a lot, actually. Mostly to just clear my head, but old habits die hard, and I always find myself picking up other people's trash. The most interesting thing is, you never know what you're gonna see down there, or the hidden treasures you might find. Like this one.
Where did you get that?
You know exactly where I got it. You dropped it while taking out the trash.
Vanessa, you need to be very clear on what you're saying right now, because I don't feel like playing any games with you.
How's this for clear, Rachel? Sometimes taking out the trash looks like agreeing to go on spring break with 3 girls who have been tormenting you for months. So, you decide to take them to the spot at the Pirate's Bluff that you know is deadly and off limits. So, you get them drunk. Just enough to where they don't ask questions. And when they're at their peak, you convince them that you should jump off the cliff into the water like they did in Twilight. So, you all start to run, and at the very last second, you stop and watch as all 3 girls jump to their deaths. Other times, taking out the trash means finding out that your sister's ex-boyfriend's hideout is at the Sparrows Ravine. So, you decide to go there to investigate while off duty. You find him, and something overcomes you, and suddenly, you're on top of him, beating the literal life out of him, like he almost did to your sister. And once he's dead, you dispose of his body the best you can. You drag it to a nearby swamp, and you pray that the alligators eat him. You and I, we're one and the same. We take out the trash. How's that for clear, Rachel?
So you killed them?
No. They decided to jump off the cliff themselves. I just told them they should. Is that all you gather from what I just told you, Rachel?
What do you want?
What makes you think I want anything?
Well, do you?
Well, I think you would be nice, but I won't hold my breath for it. You know, you really should thank me though, honestly. You left a pretty horrible mess. I thought you would be better at all this, considering you're a cop. I covered your tracks for you, or at least the best that I could. I got rid of his campsite. I tried to make sure that any obvious bloodstains were covered up. I even found this ring. Oh, and if you were wondering about the body, the alligators did in fact take care of that.
Why would you do all of that for me?
Why? Why wouldn't I? Seeing you take out that disgusting garbage gave me the push I finally needed to take out my own. You inspired me. You weren't afraid to get your hands dirty. You saw a problem and you fixed it. You handled business. The last thing I wanted was for you to get caught. That wouldn't be fair. You didn't do anything wrong. You saw a problem and you took care of it. Just like I did. We did society a favor They were all disgusting, evil, monstrous people that didn't deserve to be here. So, Detective Turner, as far as I'm concerned, we're the silent heroes. Well, it's time for me to go to work. Talk to you soon. You know, the more I look around, the more disgusting garbage I see that needs to be taken out. Don't you?
Vanessa. Thank you. And for the record, I do see a lot of disgusting garbage that needs to be cleaned up.
I just saw Vanessa on my way back in.
Yeah, I went ahead and dismissed her. Didn't really seem productive to keep her here anymore.
All right, well, are you ready to go?
As ready as I'll ever be.